Hi everybody, it's me again. So I've made some other videos about making these epoxy resin windows. And if you don't know, you can check those out also on YouTube. But these windows are glass. They're either broken glass or glass pieces. Alexa, cancel. So these windows are either broken glass or they're glass pieces. And what I do, this is an example back here. See all the blue glass that's in that? Those are broken glass pieces. I pour down a bed of epoxy and then I will set the glass down. What I'm going to do with this project is I'm going to make one with glass plates and bowls and candle holders. And it's going to be all smooth. There's going to be no jagged edges to that, because this window back here that I've made, as nice as it looks, it does have some sharp edges to it. I did not do a deep pour. What I'm doing here is it's a surface pour. So I'm looking at epoxy resin that is maybe a 1/4 of an inch thick. It's really pretty thin that I'm setting everything down on. Now, the epoxy that I use, it's called Incredible Solutions, and I get that from Amazon. It is a 1-to-1 mixture. Put them together, mix them up according to the instructions. This is 4 minutes long, and then I will pour it down. Now, what I did with all of these, now see, I've got lots of glass dishes, a lot of different dishes and bowls, and I've even got some little flute cups. I've got all kinds of different things. I laid those out in a pattern a little while ago just to give me an idea of what it might look like. And I'm going to use really light colors. I'm going to make it pretty muted. I'm not going to do anything as bold as this window behind me. Now, to start with, I have an old wooden window. It still has the hardware in it here. An old wooden window. And what I do is just clean it up really well. I did not paint the frame on this. You can if you like. I laid down butcher paper on the table, just in case I spill, and then I have to level it out. And the leveling process is just a little level I use, put it on this 4 times, there, and then the other ends. And it's leveled out. I've got a little cardboard under here to help me support it. So I've mixed up my resin according to the directions, and I have a window open here, and I also have a fan going up above. Some of the resins are really strong smelling. The Incredible Solutions that I found, it has a smell, but not as strong as the other one. So I don't require a respirator. It doesn't take my breath away. Some of them have in the past. And also, this one doesn't cause a lot of heat. You know, when you mix the two together, it's a chemical reaction which causes the hardening to start. And some of the epoxies I've used create a lot of heat. This one does not. It takes approximately 30 minutes to start getting tacky. So I've mixed this all up. And we'll see here, I'm just going to pour out. Now it's going to self-level. It's going to start spreading itself out, because that's what liquids do when they go on a flat surface. And I'm going to go on out. We're going to get it all out and done. Now, if somebody likes stained glass, this is not stained glass. This is more of an abstract art. And the reason I like to use the Incredible Solutions epoxy resin is that it has ultraviolet resistance, so it's less likely to yellow and fade. So I've been doing this now for almost 2 years, and so far this particular brand I've been a lot more successful with how it appears and how it remains clear. So I'm going to get that all out. I'm also going to use this to just spread it like frosting across. And you're going to make sure you use enough of this stuff. You know, I use quite a bit. This is a large window, so it's a big project. If you're just kind of starting something and you're new at it, get some of those little marbles from the 99-cent store. I get all of my glass pieces from either, well, I'll say the thrift stores. You can get thrift stores or garage sales and yard sales. My family helps a lot because they're yard sale fanatics. They always know what I'm looking for is for pieces. And we'll spread out. Make sure you get all the way to the edges with this. Gloves, gloves, gloves. I can't emphasize enough. You don't want to get this stuff on your hands. Now, if I get it on my hands, I'll use either a pumice soap, like old-fashioned lava. Remember lava? It's still around. It's got the pumice in it, so it's a little coarser, and it'll able to take some of the stuff off your skin. Prevention is the best medicine. Just avoid getting it on by wearing your gloves. I've been told too, some of the comments people tell me is you can clean it off with alcohol. I guess 90% alcohol. Not the drinking alcohol, but the other kind. And you can use, also there's an orange cleanser, which I got at Home Depot. It works too, but you know, like the good old-fashioned lava. I don't get into too much, I don't get anything too fancy. This is pretty basic art. So another reason I don't do the stained glass is the expense of it. Stained glass can be really expensive, and I'll tell you, I am not good at cutting stained glass. Good at cutting my fingers, but I'm not good at cutting on stained glass. I don't have that dexterity or something. So this is what I've really chosen to do. So I've got this spread out really well. A lot of bubbles in it, you'll see. You're not going to avoid bubbles. You can blow them out with a straw, which is not very effective. But I like to use somebody else suggested to me that you could actually spray denatured alcohol on the surface and it'll get rid of all of the bubbles. Denatured alcohol is not allowed in the state of California, which is where I am. You can also, I guess, use a 90-something% alcohol. I've never tried those things. But do your research and see. I love the torch. When you're using your torch, just make sure that you're hitting everything really quickly. You don't want to sit stationary on any place. It would ruin the integrity of your resin. So that's that. I got that all down. Just a nice even, just sweep over a few times, make sure look real well that you get all the bubbles out. And then I'm just going to start placing items. And again, I sort of laid this out. I kind of had a general idea. There's a little, what do you call this, an hors d'oeuvre plate of some kind. But as I had said before, make sure you wear your gloves. I've done this enough times that I can drop this and not get anything on my hands. Let's say fingers crossed, huh? And this is what I had an idea for. And I had an idea for this here. And for this here. So I'm going to do a pattern of clear glass plates and bowls that makes it look like it's going in one direction. Thought that would be kind of neat. Oh, found a butterfly. Yeah, little butterfly. I don't know what it was. Candy dish, or some kind of a dish. Candle holder. Candle holders are cool. This is another candle holder. Let's stick that in the center. And then I found another little kind of a, well, what the heck it is? Pansies. Looks like it's a little hors d'oeuvre plate or something. Little cocktail glasses to give it a little bit of interest. And we'll do that and that. And yeah, it's pretty darn thin. So what I wanted to do, my idea for all of this was I wanted a clear line of the glass, and then I'm going to throw some colored stones down. These are pink. They're very light pink that I found buried in the back of a thrift store somewhere. And they're just blobs of glass. And I just thought they were really kind of cool. So I'm going to use some of these to just give this a little bit of color on the outside and like that. And then the rest of this, what I want to do is I'm going to darken the sides a little bit so that it almost looks like there's a flow. And I'm going to finish that and then I'll be back. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. So I went back in, now I'm back in real time. So I laid out my plates, laid out the plates and the candle holders and the cocktail glasses. And then I decided I wanted it to flow. I wanted to see kind of a flow. So what I did outside of this path is I put down the red floral marbles. Those are the ones that you can get at the 99-cent store that are flat on one side and rounded on the other. So I put some red throughout, real close to the dishes. And then I have pebbles. I have glass pebbles, red pebbles and yellow pebbles. Now when you're looking at glass, make sure that glass is real red or real colored. If it's painted, it's going to fade in the sunshine. Because the ultimate goal for this is that I'm going to put hooks in it, and I'm going to be able to hang it in a window. I'm going to be able to hang it on a patio, somewhere where light is going to get it and refract. And just every time the light turns, and when you look at it, you're going to see different, it's going to look like a different piece. And that is the abstractness of, that's what it is to be abstract with this. So if I would say, if somebody has, if you have a difficulty, if you have difficulty with being abstract and the imagination of it, this might not be for you, but I love it. It's like drawing outside of the lines, you know, the coloring book. Yeah, that's all okay, but let's get rid of the lines and let's just kind of create our own image, because it's just like what you see is very unique in your mind's eye, so to speak. Art can't be wrong. And that's what gets me. Some people think, oh, I'm going to throw it away because it doesn't look like this or it doesn't look like that. That is not the whole idea. This is something that is going to help you mentally. It's going to help you psychologically. Art is therapy in so many ways. And I don't care. Maybe I'll never ever do anything with this, or I'll never give it to anyone, or I'll just have it for myself. And that's fine, because that's where the satisfaction is. What gives you the satisfaction? Thanks, everybody.